Prince Harry had spent days meticulously preparing for what would become one of the most significant phone calls of his recent life. After months filled with tension, public gestures, and behind-the-scenes strategizing, the Duke of Sussex finally dialed his older brother Prince William's number. Yet, far from being a genuine attempt at reconciliation or repairing a fractured brotherly bond, insiders now reveal that Harry's call was driven by far more pragmatic, and perhaps desperate, motives. The goal was clear: to secure financial support, cleverly disguised under the guise of making peace. On the other side of the line stood Prince William, the future king, who had no intention of falling for what royal insiders are candidly calling Harry's manipulative act, thinly veiled as a peace offering. William's response was swift, direct, and unmistakably cold. An unequivocal and firm no. Within the private confines of the Montecito estate, Harry is said to have unleashed a torrent of frustration and anguish. Struggling to manage mounting legal fees, dwindling public support, and a rapidly unraveling public image, he reportedly vented with an intensity that reflected both personal and financial desperation. Sources close to the Duke describe a man who has lost not only his balance but also his composure. There was a naive expectation that William would simply acquiesce, to offer assistance without question, explained a senior aide well-versed in palace affairs. But Harry was sorely mistaken. The outright refusal was a blow that followed weeks of carefully orchestrated public gestures meant to suggest familial healing, strategically timed interviews, subtle social media references to royal traditions, and carefully crafted statements hinting at unity. Yet behind this carefully curated public facade lay far less altruistic motives. Several insiders familiar with Harry's financial struggles reveal that the call was not motivated by a genuine desire to mend broken bonds, but was, in reality, a plea for monetary relief. Legal fees from ongoing court battles in the UK and abroad, combined with lifestyle costs and diminishing commercial revenue, have created an ever-growing financial burden. His public initiatives, once seen as promising, have now faltered, further exacerbating his economic woes. Royal insiders, including longtime staffers from Kensington Palace, were unsurprised by William's decision. "There's a difference between forgiveness and foolishness," one remarked. William isn't interested in enabling chaos or disorder. Harry tried to be both prince and rebel, but now that things are falling apart, he wants help. That's not how this family operates. Financial records reviewed by palace aides paint a grim picture. Harry's expenses reportedly far exceed his independent income streams. His Netflix projects, once hailed as groundbreaking, have stalled amid internal disputes. Spotify severed ties months ago, and his recurring legal battles have piled on additional costs. This financial crisis, worsening by the day, has even the most loyal supporters questioning his sustainability. Given these circumstances, the supposed peace-offering call to William takes on a different hue. It appears more as a calculated strategic maneuver rather than a heartfelt attempt at familial repair. A financial advisor close to palace affairs commented, "This wasn't small change. Harry was asking for 7 figures, a staggering amount, all while evading any real responsibility." A palace insider, directly familiar with the private conversation, revealed that William responded not with anger but with measured calmness and clarity. He reminded Harry that true adulthood requires accepting responsibility for one's choices, and that independence means bearing the consequences without expecting a bailout. This was a firm message that the royal family, steeped in tradition and duty, cannot be undermined by personal vendettas or financial desperation. As the fallout from this call continues to ripple through royal circles and the public, it remains to be seen how Harry will navigate the mounting pressures. With his financial situation precarious and his familial relationships strained, the Duke of Sussex faces a crossroads that could define his legacy. For those following the ever-evolving drama of the Sussexes and the British royal family, this episode is yet another revealing chapter. To stay up to date on all the latest developments and insider insights, make sure to subscribe and join us for the most comprehensive royal coverage available. The story is far from over, and you won't want to miss what happens next.